Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In November 2020, the Guardian newspaper reported that Kano State government alone got 40.6 billion naira remittance from alcoholic beverages through the VAT that was remitted, or value-added tax that was remitted to the state. Now, this is despite the fact that Kano itself, according to that report, destroyed 1,975,000 bottles of beer worth 200 million naira in one weekend alone. This is because under the Sharia law in Kano State, alcohol is forbidden. Now, this is a pattern that is common in many northern states where the Sharia law is in effect. Now, a new bill proposed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is going to enforce derivation-based model in the distribution of revenue from VAT will settle this matter, in which means that since northern states the states that has Sharia law that forbids alcohol, they will no longer get remittance from alcohol that they do not consume. That is the bottom line of derivation-based model in the distribution of VAT. And the northern governors are kicking. That is what we're going to talk about in this video. And if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, many northern states, especially those states that are predominantly Muslim, or Muslim are in a substantial number, they have Sharia laws that operate in those states, and they have what they call Hishba or moral police. And one of the things they do is that they used to confiscate alcoholic beverages and destroy millions and billions of bottles of beer if they found anyone. They used to do it in public. People see it. It's not a hidden thing. The media is awash with reports of Hishba in Kano and all parts of northern Nigeria where the Sharia legal system is in operation and where the moral police exists to enforce this law. So as a result of that, several beer distributors in northern Nigeria have suffered a lot of losses in their business, because such businesses are also frowned at. So it's an illegal business to begin with, which now begs the question: is it morally right for a state like Kano and other states to be getting up to 40 billion naira remittance from alcoholic beverages which they do not consume and which they do not like? Okay? Which makes a lot of sense if you look at it from the terms of since what you do not consume, you cannot benefit from, sort of. And this new VAT derivation, this VAT derivation-based model was recently introduced in a bill by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I do not know whether the intention was because of the alcohol, but alcohol is going to be part of the thing that will definitely affect northern Nigeria, because the revenue from there will no longer get to their region or to those states. But I know that there are many states in northern Nigeria that do not operate the Sharia, that they don't have Hizbah. Plateau State don't have Hizbah. Benue don't have Hizbah. FCT, Federal Capital Territory, don't have all those Sharia law or Sharia police enforcing ban on alcohol. There are so many states in the middle belt of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, that will not be affected if this law comes into effect, if this law is passed. But already this law is going to have problem because the northern governors are opposing it seriously. And on Monday, they issued a communique after their meeting with the Northern Traditional Rulers Council at the Kaduna State Government House. There was a communique that was read by the governor of Gombe State, who is the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum. So the Northern Governors and the North, they took this matter seriously, that they had a meeting with the Northern Traditional Rulers Council to state their mind. And the communique they issued, which was read by Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, the governor of Gombe State, who is the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, they clearly stated it, that they are opposed to some of the bills that was brought by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and forwarded to the National Assembly recently. And they made it clear that they are opposed to some of those bills. Now, the proposed bill that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu forwarded to the National Assembly on October 13, which he passed to the lawmakers or the National Assembly to consider. There are 4 tax reform bills that Tinubu sent to the National Assembly. The proposed legislations are the Nigeria Tax Bill, the Nigeria Tax Bill, Tax Administration Bill, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill. Tinubu also sent a bill to change the Federal Inland Revenue Service to replace it with Nigeria Revenue Service. Now, the governors, northern governors, after meeting with their traditional rulers, have now asked the National Assembly to reject any legislation that may harm the region's interest, calling for equity and fair implementation of national policies and programs to prevent marginalization of any geopolitical zone. So the North is saying they don't want any law, any reform, any tax that will marginalize any geopolitical zone or their geopolitical zone. The Northern Governors Forum noted with dismay the content of the recent tax reform bill that was forwarded to the National Assembly. They said that they were concerned about proposed amendment to the distribution of VAT through derivation-based model. So they were concerned about the proposed distribution of VAT through derivation-based model. they are opposed to it. And let me quote an excerpt from the communique that was read by Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, the governor of Gombe State, who, as I said earlier, is the chairman of the Northern Governors Forum. He said, "This is because companies remit VAT using location of their headquarters and tax office, and not where the services and goods are consumed." So here he's making an argument that companies remit value-added tax using their location and the tax office, and not where the services are, or their services and goods are consumed. What he's saying that because they don't consume alcohol in states in the north should not be a reason why they should not get. That's my interpretation now. It's not a reason why they cannot be allowed to enjoy remittances from the consumption of alcohol. And they are arguing that VAT is remitted based on where the headquarters of the company is and where it is located. That is not based on consumption. But this new derived-based model, you now get according to what was derived from your state. Okay, state will now get revenue from VAT based on what was consumed in their place. But the Northern governors saying it shouldn't be so. That it should not be so. That is not the process. So that is now debatable on the process that is the right process. Because if you go by the derivation-based model, it means that you are going to be whatever remittance you are going to get in any VAT distribution will be based on what was consumed in your area in that particular product or service. Okay, which made a lot of sense reasonably. Okay, but the Northern governors are opposed to that derivation-based model. So that is why he said, and I quote again, he said, "In view of the foregoing, the forum unanimously rejects the proposed tax amendments and calls on members of the National Assembly to oppose any bill that could jeopardize the well-being of our people." So the VAT derived model, or the derivation-based model, the North is against it. Why they did not mention alcohol and other things, or even the Tinubu did not mention it, this is my own interpretation of what this would mean. Because if you go by derivation-based model, right now we're not using derivation-based model. That's why Kano can afford to destroy all the alcoholic beverages in their state, and they still get 40.6 billion as remittance from alcohol, okay, when they are being distributed from Federal Allocation Committee. You understand what I'm saying? But now, if they destroy it, at least they will know that the alcohol is not allowed, is not consumed in Kano and other northern states that operate Hizbah and the Islamic law. Okay, it's not allowed in their states, but they're also not going to get remittance from what they do not consume, which on the surface of it makes a lot of sense, and shouldn't make them to lose anything, because after all, it's something they don't consume. Alcohol itself is a problematic product, okay, because it causes alcoholism. It could lead to alcoholism. It could lead to a lot of sicknesses and diseases. So even states that are where alcohol is consumed, particularly mostly in southern Nigeria and middle belt Nigeria, they also pay the price health-wise, because alcohol allegedly causes a lot of sicknesses and diseases. In other words, those states will spend a lot of money in hospital bill and all kinds of bill that they pay to remedy the situation. In other words, they receiving more VAT revenue on alcohol will help them to set up hospitals and other things that will address some of the consequences of taking alcoholic drinks in their state. Okay, and those in the north that ban alcohol, they are also going to be much more. Their health services will be saved from the consequences of alcoholic beverages. You know, so if you put it on a scale, it's a win-win situation, both for states that consume alcohol and the states that detest alcohol. The only difference now is that the states that detest alcohol will not get, they will not share in the distribution of VAT revenue from alcohol or from beer and other beverages of that kind that are alcoholic in nature. That's what it means. But you can see that from what I read now, you see that the northern governors, they are vehemently against it, and their traditional rulers have also given them the necessary support after their meeting at Government House in Kaduna to express their opposition to the tax reform bill sent by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And given their number in the National Assembly, it may be difficult for that bill to scale through. My thinking is that with the number that the northern region has in the National Assembly, that bill may not scale through, or at best it will be watered down, because when you know how it is in Nigeria, when the north sneezes, Nigeria catches cold. So it may not likely to scale through. I'll be surprised if it is virtually passed. But I salute the courage of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in putting up that proposal, because for a long time people have been saying it, complaining about how alcohol beverages are being destroyed by Hisba and other state actors in northern Nigeria, yet they receive billions and billions of naira as VAT from these same products. And they have been called that this kind of derived-based model be used. Perhaps it will help in getting a balanced response to the issue of the destruction of beer bottles and all that in northern Nigeria. At least when they destroy it, what it means that they are not going to benefit from the federal allocation that has to do with alcoholic beverages. I think, to me, that's a fair way of handling it. But I don't know what you think about this. What do you think about the derivation-based model that was proposed, that has been proposed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the tax reform bill sent to the National Assembly? Let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you, and please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.